Welcome to day 4. We're in John 6, verses 52 through 71. And yesterday we left off with the physicality of what the people were looking for in contrast with what Jesus was offering.
Yes. And I think, the beginning of this passage is, in some ways, it's difficult to read, right? I mean, it does sound like Jesus is speaking in very physical terms. Eat of my flesh, drink of my blood. That's hard.
Yeah.
I think, Ashrita, it really helped me to do this inductive study and see John chapter 2, the physicality of Jesus' sign. And then John chapter 3, that Jesus is talking in physical terms to Nicodemus, being born again. And then the woman at the well, she thinks there must be more living water down somewhere.
Yeah.
And that he all the time is speaking in these very physical terms, but is implying something very spiritual.
Right. Because, there's no way we could grasp spiritual realities without some metaphor to anchor it in to help us understand what that looks like.
That's a good way to say it. Yes.
And that's part of why, there aren't parables in John, to my knowledge.
You're right.
But that's part of why Jesus taught in parables, is to help people understand. But they got so stuck in the parable, in the metaphor, that they couldn't see past it to the spiritual truth.
That happens here with the physicality of Jesus' speech. They're taking him literally, so that this was a troublesome verse for me, verse 66. After this, many of his disciples turned back and no longer walked with him. I wrote, ugh.
Yeah.
I don't want that to be me. It's sobering.
It is. It is, yeah.
Yeah, but then, take heart. Peter gives us heart.
Yay, Peter!
Yes, so Jesus said to the 12, do you want to go away as well? Which I thought that was interesting, that Jesus would ask such a direct question of them. And I know that you really appreciated Peter's answer, too.
Yeah, as I was trying to put myself in the scene and in their shoes, I don't think Peter responded this way because he understood what Jesus was talking about. Oh, it's a metaphor, I get it. I think he was just as lost and confused and flabbergasted by okay.
But he takes the step of faith. He sticks with Jesus.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, and Lord, to whom shall we go? You have the words of eternal life. And we have believed and have come to know that you are the Holy One of God. And there's that, I might not get it, I might not understand, but I'm here, and I'm going to stick with you. And that for me was the application for this day, is when hard things happen in our lives, when we don't understand the hand of God, are we going, like those other disciples, to turn tail and walk away? Or are we going to be like Peter and say, where else shall I go?
I love this, and I feel like this is such a beautiful, simple prayer.
Yeah.
For those hard times in life. Yeah. Love it. That one brings tears to my eyes.
No, that one's hard.
Thanks for joining us, ladies.
Thank you.